the caricature of the left as being as vociferous as the right is something that...
I don't think that's the caricature of the left. I really don't.
Okay.
I think the caricature of the left is one that is slightly, that they use as a cudgel. Didn't you hate when the Republicans used to use the phrase Democrat? Democrat.
The Democrat Party
right.
has the word rat
Just
in
seemed
it.
dickish.
Yeah.
Democrat Party. Or when you spoke out against the war, there was a subtle undertone of you're un-American. You don't want to win the war on terror. Well, I think that what also comes out sometimes from the other side is teabagger. Now that's, I think, derogatory. And I don't think anybody would mistake it for that, for anything other than that. And it's been used on this network quite frequently by hosts, by guests.
You don't think it was
without?
You don't think it was funny that they were calling them? They were saying teabag the White House before the White House teabags you.
I thought it was funny for a day.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny for a day.
Funny enough to play the John Waters clip of the teabagging thing on the bar?
For a day.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have run with it with guests and things for months.
I didn't run with it for months.
No, but you're part.
But I got criticized for it for months.
Well, because you kind of made hay of it. You made more hay of it than maybe, you know, that
took the joke too far.
Now, again, I have the leeway to do that. Now we get back into a whole other thing. I do have the leeway to do that, but the one thing I don't have that you have is the ability to really do something about it. You're in the game. Like, here's what people...
You're in the game, too. We're in the same game.
I don't think so. I think you're in a better game than I'm in.
How? What's the difference? What's the material difference?
You're on the playing field, and I'm in the stands yelling things,
Everybody
criticizing.
sees you as on the playing field, too, I think.
Well, that may be, but here's...
yeah.
And again, back to the point of the rally. That rally, I could have gotten on the field. And people got mad that I didn't. But that was the point. That rally was to deflate a bubble and to do what I think satire does best, which is articulate an intangible feeling that people are having, bring it into focus, say you're not alone, it's a real feeling, it's maybe even a positive feeling, a hopeful feeling. In a weird way, it's idealistic, but it's impotent. The next thing I could do is step onto the field and go, so now here's what we're going to do, people. Jones, you get over there. Brooklyn, you grab the canteens. Yeah. We're going to out there. But I don't. That's my failing and my indulgence, but it's done because I feel like I am where I belong. And I feel like I serve the best purpose in my life or in whatever it is that I can. But I don't take any satisfaction in that. And I don't take any satisfaction in just being a critic. Roger Ebert doesn't make movies. So to say, like, well, Roger, you're in the game. No, he's not. He's not making movies. He's sitting in a seat going, this movie sucks. That's me. And by the way, very proud to do it. There is no honor in what I do, but I do it as honorably as I can.
In politics, in covering the politics, we don't get involved. I mean, I don't get involved and tell people what to vote for, who to vote for.
Right.
I don't tell people, you know, call your congressman, we need to do this thing. I don't do anything like that. And so for me, right. I'm not on the field either. And
I feel like you're defending yourself from things that are not coming at you from me or from our rally or things like that in a way that, again, the really unfair thing is individuals make, it's one of those pictures where it's all made up of little pictures and you go, oh, that's my picture in there. But again, proportionally to what we do, do you think we're not fair to MSNBC? Proportionally.
Actually, I really don't. I don't actually think the false equivalence thing that you feel, that you want to talk about and that you feel defensive about the rally is a major issue. I don't feel like you guys, but I do feel like the left gets, including from you, gets criticized for stuff that we don't deserve because it is more institutional on the right than it is on the left, and that the examples that are culled, you know, whether it's Alan Grayson yelling on the floor of the House or it's Code Pink interrupting a rally, are not equivalent to Sharon Angle saying if conservatives don't get what they want, they are going to use guns to get what they want, and she's a U.S. Senate candidate. That's my essential beef.
And you think that we point those out, we've said those are equal?
I think you have done some of that.